I give up. 3 jokers. What am I supposed to do with 3 jokers? I fold. Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Everything okay? Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm just betting. Shh, don't worry about it. Got a great show today. Got some amazing, cool cats on the show. You know what? We've had a lot of amazing shows, and I'm really excited about this one. These are some great guys and gals that, well, they served our country. And I'm really a big proponent of that. Even though I served a different country's army, I still feel a kinship. Once you're in the mix with people, there's this thing. So I was really looking forward to this. When we got the green light and everybody said, yes, let's do this, I was in. So it's the camaraderie, it's the friendship, it's the brotherhood, the sisterhood, this companionship, the security, the trust, fellowship, esprit de corps, the community, the bonding, accomplishments, excitement, acceleration, enthusiasm, euphoria. What am I talking about? Am I talking about paintball or am I talking about the service? Yes to both. Yeah. So listen, our paintball community, we welcome everybody. There's no color, religion, really, race, sex, money here, just players, right? And actually, some people that come to our sport or attract to our sport, they have come from like a bad place. Maybe they were victims of bullying, domestic abuse, substance abuse, or even PTSD. And for a lot of them, when they come to our sport, it actually heals them. They find that place of community and that connection in something. And so our sport is like many parts. A lot of different parts. And today we're going to learn about a really cool part of it. It's called the Veteran Militia. And I have been really excited about getting this one together. We've been working on this for a bit. So let's bring in the guys. Boys, how are you?
What's up, buddy?
Doing well.
Lovely.
Yeah. How was my intro?
Good. That was good.
It was good.
That was good.
You just need
All
a little
right.
bit more Toby Keith in the background, some flying American flags and F-16s and tanks and stuff. I mean,
So rockets. All right. Well, that's all the time we have. So I'll see you guys later. All right.
all right, peace. All right, pants off. No.
All right. Then pants off. All right. So we've been bouncing around this idea for a while. And Mr. Lemons whoops, I got stuck. Don't worry about this. I don't know. I'm going to get a new camera. I don't know why this thing gets stuck, but I'll get a new camera once I get out of quarantine. Anyway, so Mr. Lemons and Jeff here, we kind of like we're bouncing around the idea of like, let's do something about, the veteran militia. Let's do this. And so we were like, okay, let's work on a time. Let's get them together. And then Mr. Lemons decided that he has to work. That work is more important than the show. So I hope you're watching. Yes. And so Jeff said, no, we can get Travis and Josh. Well, I said, okay, cool. So if you guys don't know the veteran militia, I joined them, I don't know, maybe like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I mean, you have to obviously be a veteran to join, correct? Am I correct on that? You have to be a veteran to join. I didn't join. I joined them in Facebook status, but not in, Jersey and that kind of status. And I've always been doing this thing like, I don't know, for the past, 10 years, whatever, in Facebook. I did this thing called Thank You for Your Service, where I would get the guys to post up, give me a picture of them and their MOS, and then we put it into an album. And I was trying to really show the community how many active and veterans we have, and that you're actually playing alongside sometimes a vet, but you don't even know it. And so what I was trying to do was basically to show everybody, hey, look at all these vets that we have. Some of these guys are like very shy about, giving me their picture. Other people are very, like, wow, like this kind of thing. And I like doing that. I like giving back to these guys and saying, hey, in my little way, I'm shining the spotlight on you and saying, you guys are cool cats. Thank you very much for your service. I think a lot of times people don't give you that. Sometimes people don't give you that I'm not saying you're looking for it, but I'm just saying sometimes people just don't appreciate you. And I'm saying I do appreciate, and I'm stuck. I do appreciate you. I do appreciate you. And whether it's me doing my thank you for your service, which we're going to do a show on that actually, or this one, I just wanted to say from the top of the show, thank you guys very much.
I appreciate that. You know, it's funny you say that. You know, when guys don't even know they're playing next to each other that are service members, because sometimes you don't pick it up. Like you could be playing, you know, casually or in a tournament, and someone says something either like in dark humor, or someone uses a phrase that goes, "Wait a minute, you used to be in," or like, you know, or the guys that are around, they're like, "Oh, you have a bad haircut. I have a bad haircut too. Hold on, what service are you in?" And I think that brings, you know, I've always said that paintball is a small community from a bigger community, and the military is an even smaller community of another community. So you put those two things together, and you can get some magical things done, and you build a lot of great relationships with that, just in commonality. I think it's beautiful.
I like it. Okay, listen, when did this magic thing start?
Okay,
Travis is in, man.
That's me. I left active duty with the Marine Corps at the end of 2014. I had been playing paintball off and on my last 2 years. I was in California, so I was very involved. I helped run the Marine team, and I got out. I bounced around a little bit. I went through the stages of veteranism. You know, I grew my hair and my beard out. I said I was never going to go back. Then I said, actually, I want to go back. I went and talked to a prior service recruiter. He said, we're all set. Thank you. So I got really depressed that they didn't want me anymore.
Wow.
I went through all the stages. One of the things as I was doing this is I was a part of a couple of different veteran groups. And I felt like there was and I don't want to make it sound like I'm throwing shade at anybody, but I felt that one of their critical vulnerabilities was they were veteran centric, and they were only veteran. They were fenced to veterans.
Okay.
So I had this idea. I was driving home from work one day. I called Chris Rangel. I said, hey man, this is what I want to do. I want to take the veteran community in paintball and put them together. And then we created this idea. The idea is, like Jeff said, and like you were saying, with the community, is we want to be able to bring the vets together to give them a home, and then be able to get more guys in, get them into the community of paintball. So give them a place to go initially with the other veterans, and then be able to branch out and say, look, you can be friends with civilians. That's one of those things that gets real dangerous when guys say like, oh, I'm a veteran. I don't know how to be a civilian. I can only be around the military. I understand that that's a phase, but you have to get away from that because it gets dangerous. And that's where we wanted to be able to bring guys into a place where you already had something in common. We both play paintball. I'm a veteran. You're not. You're a civilian. But we both play paintball. So we're starting from a place of common ground, and then we can build on that. And that was where it started.
And
that is cool. Go ahead.
That's good. And to Travis's point, when he talks about the stages of veteranism, you know, that's one of the things that Veteran Militia brings to the table is we have active duty folks, we have retired folks, we have, you know, guys that did 3 years, 10 years, whatever. They're in all stages of veteranism. And the fact that we could reach out to our, you know, fellow paintball players and integrate, that's a big thing that we bring to the fight.
Cool. Jeff, what do you say?
Well, actually, it was kind of weird because I was looking at Josh, and it's all pantomime because I lost his audio. But I'm going to he said something about Jeff deserves bourbon. We're all great. Everyone smells fantastic. So that's the assumption. But, you know, so again, we all knew even before Veteran Militia came together as an official thing. So I knew Travis for years as he was playing with the Marines. Dwayne Pierce was also, you know, all these guys, even you look at the guys that did the infamous 2018 NXL Championship Series win. Like all those guys, we all knew each other from years prior. It's because we were all owning microcosms in paintball through the military. So I ran Army All-Stars. I tried to find the best active duty Army guys specifically. But inadvertently, I was talking to the Marine team saying, hey, how are you guys doing this? What are your marketing schemes? How are you identifying best players? So we'd all been friends for years. And then finally, you know, Travis and Dwayne and Rangel called me and said, hey, man, we're going to do something cool and it's going to get a little crazy. You want in? I went, I like cool, crazy, and a little dangerous. It's fun. Why not? A little chaotic. And it gave us the chance to not only, you know, I had a good Army outreach. Those guys had a great Marine and Navy outreach. And then we also knew some Air Force guys that I kind of guessed in. And it's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And, you know, I don't think that any of us are superstar players or personalities. I think we have a good social ability. But when people see us now wearing a Veteran Militia t-shirt or a jersey, it brings more people in just to start the conversation. Once that conversation happens, we're winning. We've already won the war in just awkwardness, you know, and bringing more people in, saying, "Hey, this is a good place for you to be, man." Like I'm not, and it's a zero expectation kind of thing. I don't want you to play with us because we want to win. I want you to play with us because I'm worried about you and I want to be there for you. My social outreach to people that I've never, like, you know, paintball does that to you initially, but I've met guys. I actually met guys in Veteran Militia now that I haven't seen in years that just like, oh, I saw you like once. I had no idea you're in the service, and now we talk all the time.
Wow.
And you know, and it's just the communication and the access to, you know, your brothers and sisters. I think it's a phenomenal feeling every single day.
That is so cool. Okay, length of time played. Travis, when did you start playing?
Oh man, I don't think I started playing serious paintball until 2008, 2009. I bounced around a little bit. I did the rec ball thing for a while. And yeah, I started playing tournaments in like 2009, 2010.
Okay, but you drank the Kool-Aid in what year? I mean, how long ago?
I would say the hooks really got set for me in 2013 when I got to Camp Pendleton, and I was in the mecca of tournament paintball, and it gave me an outlet. But 2010 is when it started. Was playing in North Carolina, and that's where I met Wrangle. I think I missed Josh by like I stopped as he we missed each other because of, you know, the nature of military. But so we'll say 2010.
Wow. And what do you think of Pendleton? That's a pretty great place to play.
Oh man, amazing. It really spoils you. it really spoils you.
Yeah.
Nice weather out there, jerks.
Yeah. Yeah. It gives you you have to realize at some point that the dream goes away if you leave.
Yeah.
And you have to go, you know, the grass is not greener on the other side when that's where you're starting.
That's true. Do you think that because it's located on the base that more players or more vets or more, I mean, do you think it's like attracts more active duty, or people don't even care about it? I mean, it's like, if you look how big that base is, right? You might not even know it existed, because it's like Pendleton's like a city basically.
Yeah. Oh, it is. The one thing about, so the biggest thing for me is, and I would say this for the three of us, for me, Jeff and Josh, we, and this at the very beginning with Wrangle, I come from tournament. Like I've always, that's been my chosen venue of play. So that's what I'm most comfortable with. That's what I've been doing for a long time. That being said, I should step out. I should go do something else, but you know, we'll get into that. Pendleton has a separate, there's a separation. The tournament park is over here and the rest of the park is over here. Right. The normal, regular recreation, whatever term you use, draws a lot of guys. I mean, everything from guys that are still in uniform, which technically isn't supposed to happen. I don't know.
Okay.
It is, it isn't.
Okay.
Gray area.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't, I mean, just for me, I wouldn't want to mess up my boots running around a paintball park, because then I got to clean them. But anyway, so there's a lot of guys over there, and then the tournament park is separate. So there's that separation geographically, and unfortunately, and this is something that I think the sport has been dealing with for years, and you've seen it being approached, is that there is a separation of the two. Yeah. And it can be really, really intimidating to watch tournament play, and especially at Camp Pendleton, where that's the Ironmen, that's Dynasty, that's the Russians come visit. I mean, if you walked over there, you'd look at and you're carrying your 98 custom rental or your Enemy or whatever it is. You're carrying that. You're looking at those guys on the field, going, "No, I'm good. I'm going to go back over there."
Exactly.
No, this is not where I parked my car. I'm going back over there.
Right. I got it. No, I agree 100%. And I do think there's also, I mean, I've been playing since 2008, and there has always been that separation. between those two. I've always tried to like bridge them. I mean, I'm friends with Greenspan and all those guys, right? So, and I go to NXL and I get the pit pass and I go talk with the Russian Legion. So yeah, I try to, but I'm just one guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't. But yeah, there is that kind of thing. I love Pendleton. Obviously, they've increased. You know, now you have to do online registration before you get there. You can't just show up and say, "Hey, I'm like that." But it's an amazing place. Yeah, it's fantastic. And the reason I was asking that is because, again, I'm always looking at this as well. We're gonna talk about the PTSD in a bit. But if you think about this, if you're a vet and you don't have an outlet, you don't know. And you're like, where do I go play? I've never seen. And all of a sudden there's this base, this paintball field on a base that would be a great therapeutical, you know what I'm saying, kind of situation where people could actually bring people in, and is there actually a paintball recruiting thing on the base that you could say, hey, let's take you guys out for the weekend and see if you enjoy this?
I would say, yeah, MCCS.
Yeah,
they do that.
It exists from from post to post. But someone's really got to drive that. And in my career, in my 20-year career, I think I've been asked, oh God knows how many times, about, hey, I heard you're a paintball guy. Would you like to run an event and like take soldiers out there? And yeah, and it is, and again, you don't take those kids out to play, speedball. Oh, hey, we're gonna play, 10.2 balls a second. It's always easier to sell the Honda Civic to the kid as opposed to saying, well, maybe you should make the best of this Lamborghini.
Right.
Because most kids nowadays can't drive stick anyway, so that's just a moot point. But it's easy. It's you got to sell what's familiar, and especially for green suiters, for guys that are in service, just hey, put on your stuff, and no one's gonna really scream and yell at you like we're training, but let's just go have fun, but still shoot each other.
Yeah,
it takes a little bit more of the edge off, and that's an easy sell. It really is. Dude,
that's great. I know that there's something on the bases where there's a guy that's in charge of recreation or something like that. Isn't there like some kind of? So I thought this would be like an easy sell. I mean, it's not like saying, hey, you're at Pendleton, we're going to drive up to Hollywood Sports. That's like 3 hours. No, this is right there. Just get on a bus and pop them over there. So
it's you would think it's that easy, but you look at the generational gap and you look at being in the military. You work. It's not an 8-hour day. You're up doing, your workout at 6:30 in the morning. So that means you're up an hour before that just to travel if you live off post. You're working to 5 p.m., if not past that. And then you're home by maybe 6 if you're lucky, 7:30, like was my average. And then you have X amount of time to sleep. And then when the weekend comes, you want your time off. All you want to do is decompress or do nothing and see social. And it's so hard to sell that nowadays. It's hard to sell the kids out of the barracks from doing this and playing some Call of Duty or Minecraft or Super Mario Brothers 7, whatever it is now that kids do. I mean, I'm pushing 40, man. I don't know. But again, you have to have a guy that can sell the car. And paintball is like anything else that people have to invest in and put attention to. And you got to have someone that's spoken about it and say it's still fun.
I got it. Josh, what were you going to say?
Well, I had the fortune when I was in Hawaii that some of the programs through the Army during the reintegration. So when troops would come back from deployment, they were doing a weekly reintegration and paintball training, and they were playing on the base and allowing the units to come in, just the small unit. So it's people, and the ability to go play. So it was actually a lot of fun. And I got to meet a lot of good folks coming back and help them too. To play and maybe get that adrenaline rush, or maybe kind of work through some things that they had. So so there was some time that I know the Army was looking into it. So I had a chance to do that.
That reminds me, and Josh was here for this. We in 2014, the Marine team participated in a hearing loss study, and we did it at the paintball park where. So again, this is an example of paintball being used in an official capacity where they took the Marine team, they put the full head things on us, and they put we had earpieces that would, in varying levels, prohibit our ability to hear. And they studied how, it's not like you don't necessarily have to prove the concept, but they needed proof of concept, which was that when you lose your hearing, you're less effective. We did that at the paintball park, and Josh and I were at the Marine Corps Museum. I picked up a book and I was flipping through and I was reading over it, and it said something about using paintball. I was like, hey, That's me. I did that.
Dude, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Nice. Jeff, when did you start playing?
So it was right after I was in Baghdad. No, I wasn't in Baghdad. I was in Tikrit. It was right after OF1. And I got back in, so 2004 was when I started playing paintball. And it was, the funny thing is that was a bet. It was a bet between some guys I'd met downrange. I'm not as cool as, like, let's say Travis, even though I'll never say that in public again. So this is one time where I'll say Travis is a lot cooler than I am. Because,
I'll edit
record that.
It's
Noted,
super.
noted.
Jeff, I'll say it out loud. Jeff's a super punk. I spent 20 years doing non-grunty things. I've been paid for my brain and not for my back, or they pick stuff up and put it over here and, kick doors and shit. But it was actually I met some guys in downrange. I was doing security patrols during my first deployment, partial of the time, and some guys like, hey, do you want to play paintball? And they said, it literally was, I bet you Pogues would suck. I went, oh yeah, watch this, because I've actually built my tenacity in my military career, being the guy that doesn't look like he can run and shoot, to be the guy that can run and shoot. So I'm like, let's go right now. And I remember we went out there. It was the first time I ever went out. It was here in Texas, and I smoked the snot out of those grunts. Smoke the snot out of them. I'm like, you're welcome for my service. Give me a call when you want to do this again. And it was just this rotating thing that was of chaos. I'm like, I should probably do this again. So right, like that first time we went out, and then the next thing I did in, what you could do that 2004, you got on eBay, and I bought myself like a Tippmann A5. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. And it just got worse and worse from there.
That's cool. Josh, what about you?
Oh boy, I'm gonna show my age here when I start talking about it. So I think first time I played was 1995.
Wow.
I was 15, just playing in the woods at home. So this predates my military career, but not by much. I think I played my first tournament in 98. I think it was just a 5-man. It was in the woods, way before airball, way before what we have today. And I've played off and on for the last 25 years now. So. Yeah, I mean, I played everything. I played MPPL, NXL. I played pump tournaments. I mean, I started playing. I had an autococker. I mean, I've been around the world and back and played tournaments all over. So,
wow,
yeah,
dude, that is amazing. OG.
Yeah.
Okay, so
ask him about that time he bunkered Jesus. It's a great story. Great story.
Hey,
so good.
You know how that ends. It's fun on me.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Okay.
The Moses Ark open.
What kind of emeries do they serve at the Last Supper? I don't know.
All right.
The chili mac in that one.
So let me ask you about this picture here. Is this just your basic guys? I mean, how many of you guys have? What's the total number of members?
We're at over 2 grand now, I think. 2,000 members. Yeah, and that was World Cup last year. Yeah, it's last year.
Yes.
Yeah. This past World Cup in 2019. And that's the most teams we've had. I think we had over 16 squads that were actually competing at the NXL.
Wow.
And the NXL was gracious enough to give us
Absolutely.
that tent area in the background. And when Camille said she was going to do it for us, and Tom Cole, we were like, oh my God, they just a little veteran forward operating base is what we call the FOB VM, the FOB VM. And it was, we put all the veterans under there, plus their family members are like, wait, this is too much space for us. We started grabbing kids like that were that were sweating out there, and moms and dads were like, Mom, Dad, come on in here real quick, just get some shade and just kind of come hang out. And it was real nice.
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean, from an outreach perspective, that was for veterans. So, I mean, we even had folks from like the French Foreign Legion who were playing in the event who came to hang out with us and things like that.
I have the worst audio on Josh, and he's still pantomiming, so I'm good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll just agree with whatever he's saying.
And I mean, it was great to have that much outreach, not just for veteran militia, but for the greater paintball community, and to find more of our veterans out there.
Wow. Well, what's interesting is a lot of times when we talk about vets or something like that, it always, because how do I say this? We're very America centric. And so we're always thinking about like this. I travel all over the world too, and I play, and I'm always running across vets in Canada, vets in Germany, vets in Mexico, this kind of thing too. And I'm always wondering, like, you guys are the veteran militia, but is it like just American veteran militia, or you guys accept everybody?
Oh no, RJ's in there. RJ, the Rhino. He runs Indie Storm And he's where did he like? I mean, he speaks with a British accent, and if he's not British, I'm gonna kick myself in the teeth for something he's not. No,
So,
but we're allowing guys that are that have veteran service all over. I mean, it's it's that same mindset. It really is.
Right. Exactly.
The other thing is, so there's the Facebook group for Veteran Militia that is specifically for veterans.
Okay.
But again, with the initial intent, we still bring in, we want to have everybody. So it's families, it's supporters, it's because we want, again, I don't want to slip back into that thing where it's just veterans only hanging out with veterans and not branching out and realizing that there's other people out there.
Right.
As far as the group, as far as the small, I guess it's a private group. As far as the private group, that is only veterans. We have a vetting process. We go through, we ask you some questions, and we make sure you know the secret handshake.
All right.
And then
give Jeff bourbon. That's all it really is. Here, dude, you're fine.
But then we want to be able to have to bring other people in as well. You have to be real careful with that. It can be a very slippery slope. A lot of industry companies and stuff have been gracious enough to offer us, special deals and this and that. So for that kind of stuff, we have to be very careful with who that's afforded to. But at the end of the day, as far as the concept of playing underneath the banner, we welcome everybody.
Okay, cool. How about a veteran from Sweden, I think, or maybe even a veteran from where was he? I think the Foreign Legions. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to Matt. He's going to be one of our pop-up park owners, and he's going to be telling you about his park, and he's going to be giving away some passes to his park to a veteran from. You have to be a member of the Veteran Militia to do this, and he's in Michigan. And the paintball park is called Oakland Paintball. He's going to be giving away a couple passes, and he's going to be our first pop-up park owner. So hang on one second, you guys. Brother, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Dave?
I'm fantastic. Listen, okay, quickly, where's your park?
So my park is in Lake Orion, Michigan. Oakland Paintball.
Nice.
As you mentioned, I served for 2 different countries. Because of that, and as you mentioned in the beginning, if you're a veteran, if you're a brother, it doesn't really matter what country you're from. I associate with anyone who served honorable. So what I do actually at Oakland, if you're a veteran, you always get a pass. You don't pay admission. But if you're affiliated with Veteran Militia, there will also be some pretty heavy discount on paint and accessories.
Nice. Where do we find you?
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Oakland Paintball, oaklandpaintball.com, or if you're in Michigan, if you have any Michigan members, swing by Lake Orion, Camp Agawam. It's 140-acre park, downtown Lake Orion.
I like it, brother. Listen, thank you very much.
Got it.
We're actually doing he has his own show coming up in 2 days. So we're going to talk about his past, his checkered past, no, I'm joking. We're going to be talking about, we're going to be hanging out with you. So Matt, thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
I must say, I felt bad when Josh said when he started playing paintball, because I left the Army in 93. So, anyway. Have a good one. Thank you for your
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Yep.
Thanks, Matt. All right. So we do that.
He's in the Swedish Army?
Swedish, and I think what he told me in his bio, that he was also in the Foreign Legion.
Yeah, he said
Really?
2.
The French Foreign Legion.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's I totally want to touch base with him, because I was actually awarded the Swedish Coin of Excellence when I was serving in Korea. I did an event with a Swedish attachment up there right on the DMZ. So I'm like, hey, I have this Swedish coin.
Dude.
Is that right after the Genghis Khan thing?
Yeah, you're funny. The Genghis Khan.
Old people jokes.
Yeah. Well, listen, these are old jokes, and only we're getting it. I got it. Listen, Jeff, do me a favor and PM Matt, MATS. You can hit me up too, and we'll get you. We'll do a connection here. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me talk about a little bit serious thing here. here in LA, we have a lot of vets. Every place has vets, but a lot of them come play, whether it's SC Village or Hollywood Sports. And, we get a chance to chat with each other. And some of them have is there another word you're using for like the PTSD? Is there like, I don't want to say, something horrible, but I mean, what word, what would you say? What would a vet say to another vet? Instead of saying, do you have PTSD? It sounds like you have STD or something. You know what I'm saying? Is there like?
I know that they recently tried to get rid of the D. We don't want to look at it as a disorder. Post-traumatic. Oh man, I just had an appointment for this. Post-traumatic stress reactions. I want to say it's post-traumatic reactions.
All right, that's cool.
So that's. Go ahead, Travis. No, finish your thought.
I was going to say there's not really a name to it. It's the secret handshake. It's the head nod.
Got it.
You can see it. You can pick it up. The same way, if I walk into a room, I can kind of tell which guys are veterans.
Yep.
Like that guy's a veteran.
You're sitting at. Yep.
That the vet so hard. The guy. He's got the hat, the shirt. He's got his wrist. His watch is on the inside of his wrist. He's got the bracelets are a big one. We can usually see it, and you just kind of have a sense for it. I don't think you have to say, do you suffer from PTSD as well as I do? I think you just kind of look at it and go, hey, did you buy a Mustang for 28% APR when you were 20? Yeah, me too.
I did.
Okay.
Well, I didn't spend that much on APR, but my first car when I first got him was a Mustang. So yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
So you just you just kind of know you can see it.
So what happens is, okay, well, hang on one second. What happens is they come to the park and either a friend brought them or somebody or whatever else. And there's this, I didn't know them before, but during play and then after, they're just like this glowing, like when you found that thing kind of thing. And so then I'll sit down and, obviously I'm a celebrity. So I walk by, hey, and so we'll start chatting. And I'll show them my pistols and everything. And they're like, man, I've never played before. And, I just got out of the service. And, and then sometimes when they feel comfortable enough, then they start to say things like, I've been seeing a lot of therapy, whatever. And there's something special about what happened today. Maybe they found like this adrenaline or this something that put them back in like place. And, yeah, I mean, I don't listen. I was in the service in '86. I wasn't in the same thing you guys were. I can't pick out the wristband. But when I start talking with a person, if you're sensitive enough, you start like, oh, I can understand. Yeah, I've met enough of you guys that have had that similar situation. That yes, paintball does that to you. It makes you feel relaxed, connected, something. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Is there something? Is it just I mean, I always say that, about the broken people, like, there's like broken people come to our sport, whether it's like kind of abuse or whatever it is. And then sometimes our community embraces them, they embrace it, and then they like smile again. So am I wrong in thinking this, or does paintball really kind of help out?
No, not at all. I mean, you're 100% right about, it's idle hands, idle minds is something I've learned in 20 years of service. If you don't stay occupied in doing something actively and focus into something that you actually love doing, and especially if you can do it with your friends, why not? PTSD, like when we talk about PTSD or that category, living through it, supervising through it, living through it myself. I think that someone asked me last month, right before I finalized out of the Army, someone said, hey, what do you think is the best thing that you've done in your military career? And what are the things, and what do you think it was all about? And I said, honestly, I think that the service, let it be 20 years, let it be 4 years, a 4-year stint, it's the stories that you get from people and experiences. And some of those experiences are really, really good. And some of those experiences are really, really bad. But you're going to hold those things. And when you can find a way to find a place to vent it, or just talking commonalities,
Right.
Like, honestly, I don't like looking at PTSD as a negative thing. I look at PTSD as a commonality between guys that says, hey man, there's dirt under your fingernails because you've been in a hole. Guess what? I have dirt under my fingernails as well too, because I've been in that hole.
Wow.
And there are, and I'll say it, within the community, there are some guys that have reached out to us that said, hey, I need help. And the first thing that happens are people like, hey, dude, where are you at? You're in Kentucky. Hold on. I'm in Kentucky. Where are you at? What do you need to do?
Wow.
We've seen active guys pull each other aside, making it to other guys' houses, saying, hey, I can help refer you to this, or I can help get you, what you need, and you and your family. And guys are so fast about that. We had an incident, and that goes beyond just the PTSD thing. It's helping another brother fast. We had a guy. I didn't get to make it to this last NXL Vegas because I had to work. But one of my players, I was supposed to coach one of our other lines. He got in a car accident in the middle of nowhere in Arizona, and on the way back from Vegas back to Texas. And I was like, hey guys, I saw guys like, hey, everyone that's in the Arizona area, in this area, let me know who can help out. And like 12 dudes are like, where's he at, man? I'll go get him right now. I'm like,
wow.
His phone isn't working right now. I know that there's one guy talking to him. I know where he counted at, and they're just dudes on the ready saying, I will go get this guy right now to go help him out. And that was beautiful. And that was in the span of 25 minutes. I had 12 guys saying, I will go get him right now.
Dude, that's
didn't know him. Didn't know him at all. They're like, oh, he's a VM guy. I got him. Done. Give me a grid. Got it.
I can end the show there. I can drop the mic. That's it. That's it. Well, again, paintball, the service, whatever the situation is, I need to. I'm stuck again. Anyway, I need to ask you guys this question. I'm not a sports guy. I'm not I didn't grow up with, all that kind of stuff. I'm not even a community group kind of guy. This is the first time I've ever been in a situation like a group kind of thing. And in doing so, I'm seeing it only as a paintball perspective kind of thing. You guys, I was in the military, in '86, but that was like different situation. I'm talking about this community that I'm really, really attached to. You guys are either recent or maybe still in this kind of thing. So you have these two kind of groups. Would you say that paintball is something like you've never seen anything else before outside of your service?
Yeah, I would say the first thing is, Jeff hit 2 points when he was talking. One, the stories you get. We're still building our stories. Think about the stories we've had in the last couple of years with Veteran Militia, from the teams to the wins to the just the hanging out. Our stories are continuing. And the other thing is the community inside the community. We talk in commonality. The reason why Veteran Militia works is because we all have these things in common. Our ability to walk in somewhere, talk the same talk. And again, it's just it works because we all are on and it doesn't matter if you're a veteran from your time in service, my time in service. It doesn't matter. We've had guys, especially like when we go out for some of these classic events like ICC. Some of these guys were in the service in the 70s and things like that. And guess what? They're out there and they integrate just as well as a guy who just graduated from boot camp. So,
one of the things that I look at when you talked about community. Military and one of the things that I think you bring up a good point, like what is it about paintball that makes it special? I look at, for instance, the VFW currently I work as a paramedic. So I deal with a lot of older patients, and you talk to these guys in their 60s or 60s. I transported a guy the other day, he had a Marine Corps Korea veteran hat on, and I wanted to talk to him, but I couldn't. He's old. So we've got this disconnect, and you look at with, like, for instance, the VFW, and you want to bring guys together, but then what? Well, with paintball, we can bring guys together, have them in a social setting, and with what Jeff said with the ICC, so we're doing something together. We're not just hanging out, sitting around looking for something to talk about. We're doing something where it's like, hey, I'm going to put my mask on, and you put your mask on, and let's go shoot some paintballs. Right. And then afterwards, we can talk and hang out, and then we can put our mask back on and go shoot more paintballs. Right. That's one of those things that paintball, because I always said it when I was in, you should have a thing. Some guys, it's fighting. They get into mixed martial arts. They get into boxing. They get into cars. Paintball is unique, not necessarily unique, but it's a small portion of those things that is a team-based event. You might be part of an MMA team. You're part of a fight club or a gym, but when you go and you actually get in the ring, it's just you. So
Right.
this is a team, so it gives you that sense of belonging to something that's larger than yourself, with guys that want to be there with you. So that's a unique experience that you get in the military that's hard to find sometimes when you leave the military.
Okay, so
and it's
Oh,
more
go ahead.
participative that way. I mean, so you got all these guys that watch like, oh, it's football season, blah blah blah, blah. Like we won. I'm like, did you win? You won. You exercised with that team, and you were there, and
I'm that guy.
You're on.
I'm that guy.
Yeah, you are that guy. I've seen you screaming at
I'm
TV. It's really weird.
I'm an insane sports fan. I'm that guy.
All right.
Me too.
With paintball specifically, and having having as many members as we do, we've gone 2 NXL series, winning 2 series champs back to back. And I can honestly say that's every single dude that's ever worn a Veteran Militia t-shirt or jersey, or we've seen on the field that's a VM brother. That's their win. Like that is 100% their win, because from each practice to every event, we've talked about what we did, what we want to do, and how more we want to bring people in, and what we want people to not necessarily emulate, but buy into.
Right.
Because, I'm not gonna lie, we have like the biggest pit ever whenever we're on the pro field.
Wow.
Because we bring so many DM guys there, and God bless the NXL staff. I mean, they're like, got it, bad haircut. He looks a little salty. He must be with the DM guy. We have this horde of guys going to the pit, and even
that poor gate guard.
Oh my God!
All of them are with you?
Yeah, all the guys with the short Ranger short panties on.
We'll keep an eye on them.
And you get this weird fan base. I remember it was 2018 Chicago, and we were playing in Chicago, and there was my wife was there, and my wife didn't even stay to watch the match, because we traveled from Texas. I remember there's one dude screaming his head off, yelling like Venom Militia. I'm like, oh my God, I was telling Travis, like, we have one fan up there. We're just smashing people. We're like, we have one fan, and then we met him. Then I met him like in 2019 at the ICC. And he's he's an old like Navy vet that used to like work at the SEER school. Yeah, it was wicked, man. I'm like, you were the guy I was like, get him a beer right now. And we had he told me some of the craziest stories. We had the best time just like catching up and talking. And he's like, oh yeah, like I saw some bunch of veteran boys out there just killing it. I'm like, oh, thank you for your service. Because I'm like, there's one guy yelling for us. We might actually win this one, and we ended up winning the event. That's really
cool. The reason I'm saying that is that, again, I'm not a sports guy. Travis, you said you are. I mean, let's say that you were an adult softball team or something like that, or something else. Do you think it's the same thing? Do you think that I know there's bowling leagues, I know there's softball teams, and I know there's veterans probably playing in those things. I just think, again, I'm biased because I'm in the sport, but I just think that there's something special about our thing versus if a veteran were to jump into, like I said, like bowling or softball or something else. Do you think that's the case, or do you think that?
Yes. So I was a gunfighter. I was an infantry guy. I deployed twice to Iraq. I deployed twice to Afghanistan. I didn't get to do anything other than that. Everybody, did you get to see the world? Yeah, I saw 2 parts of the world that no one necessarily wants to go to.
We're going on vacation. No, we're not.
And going back to what Jeff said, where I remember guys would say, "Oh, you were a grunt. You're probably really good at this." Not necessarily.
Okay.
I mean, there's 15-year-old kids out there that are way better than I am. But anyway, so what we have.
He's talking about life skills as well too. I'm not gonna lie.
Also true. I remember if you read, it's called Sebastian Junger's book War. He goes into some of the science behind what we do. And one of the things he goes into, the dopamine reward system, which is your brain rewarding you with dopamine, make you feel good when you achieve a goal.
Right.
And as I don't want to get too lame here and turn into, a bro vet, but that Dick, and then you get into the quote, it's not Dickens. Once you have hunted men. You never want to hunt. Yeah. You never want to hunt again. So you have that, and this is something with the GWAT, the Global War on Terror. We have 20 years almost of veterans who went to foreign countries and were in some way involved in the hunting of men. And so now you get out and you have this, and what we have in paintball is the ability to replicate some of that to varying degrees. You can now, at the same time, you can get into mag fed, simulations where
Right.
it's full on, it's tactics. So you can go all the way to that. You can run around in the woods and shoot at each other, or you can play tournament. You've got all these options in varying levels of realism and replication of what we
Right.
did. That is unique. You don't have that especially outside with guys face to face. Yes, you have that with video games, but as far as a camaraderie, togetherness, a team-based event, it's paintball. I really think that we have a very small...
Especially when you're forced to communicate with each other in a sport like that.
Yeah.
You have to talk if you want to be successful.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's
All right. Listen, that again, what I'm trying to do with these questions, which I think we all know the answer to, but there's a lot of people that watch the show that don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say, is that you guys are educating not only, your veterans or veterans that don't know about you guys, and hopefully they're going to join you guys, or
Mhm.
also the civilians who are watching this and they're quickly going fob. What the fuck are you talking about? Like he's like, I'm looking it up on Google. So, but
to do the sports, I got you. To do the sports thing. So, like I said, I'm a rabid sports fan. So I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan, which has been a horrifying experience for most of my life. I go to an away game. I make friends with other Hurricanes fans. That guy's in green and orange. That guy's in green and orange. We're going to be friends. We're friends during the tailgate. We're friends during the game. That was great. Awesome. Pound it out. Maybe I'll see you again. We're done. With paintball, I can come into this totally not knowing anyone, play together, start playing with the same guy a couple times that day. Go, hey, do you come here often? Because when we were together, we did really well. If it's a sporting event, me and Josh standing next to each other in the stands doesn't affect the game. We feel like it does. We want it to. We won. I have to wear these socks again and these shoes, and I cannot wash this jersey.
Right.
I am that crazy.
All right.
But we don't affect what happened. Whereas with paintball, to go back again, one of those unique things that we have is when you find guys that you're compatible with or that you do well together, you start thinking, hey, do you want to do this maybe next week? Because we did well together today. Let's do this again next weekend or 2 weeks. So that is something that paintball has that other sports don't. You can't affect the game no matter who you're with. With paintball, you're in the game. You affect the game.
Right. I agree 100%. And again, for the people that didn't serve, what we're trying to do is, what I'm trying to do is show you that this thing that we call paintball, whatever level you want to play, whether it's MagFed or tournament, it's something special to all of us. And that's why I'm saying I'm not a sports guy. So if you're saying, yeah, like even if you're playing softball, there might be a veteran softball league kind of thing, but you're not throwing the ball at each other. You know what I'm saying? You're not like trying to hit each other with that. You're not like get the fuck out of my way like this. So there is something special about this. We've got people watching the show and they want to pop in here. There's Kathy Alvarez. She's in Northern California.
okay.
And do you know Dave Odell with the Clowns?
I know the Clowns.
The insane clown guys.
Psycho Clown Posse.
Yep.
Yeah, those guys are huge.
Mario is out of Portugal. He's saying hello. There's John's.
There's John.
John.
That's John.
That's the
That's what
guy.
we're talking
That's
about.
my boy. That's Mr. In Chicago.
Nice. We've
My
got
sir buddy.
Timothy J. Green. Tim Miller is calling in from Australia.
Hey.
Sensitive security. What do we got? Mark. There's Matt. This was our team owner. Remember that?
Matt.
Mhm.
What else we got? George. Let me see who else we got. And I think this guy's from Sweden too. Just got home from getting slightly. Fine. Nice.
All
Great. Oh, fantastic. Okay, cool. Anyway, so we need a pop-up sponsor. And I think Travis knows who it is. Is he around?
Yeah. Chris.
Someone shake
Where?
Modelo. He'll just magically show up.
Yep. Just
Modelo.
I love Modelo.
so does Papa Bear.
Right.
Tell the bear to stop working.
He's coming.
All right.
Oh Lord.
Pop-up sponsor. It's a pop-up
Before he gets
sponsor,
there,
Chris. You're
there's
supposed to
It's like a
pop
photo
up.
bomb sponsor.
You guys look
Quickly.
at George's thing. You guys, Travis.
Let's see. Let me see if I can grab it on my other system.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, this entire time I've been sitting here not being able to hear Josh. So
Oh my God.
You can't.
Josh should be singing right now. But
Actually, Jeff, if you want
It's
to,
everybody except me.
It's everybody except you.
if you want to,
Here.
if
And you know what?
want
Here,
to
I'll
log
trade you.
back in, you might be able to
Okay.
get
I'll see if I can do that.
you. All right, cool. I'm gonna kick you from the studio. You can log back in and then give that a try. What's up, brother? How are you?
All right.
All right. Can you hear us?
Can someone talk? Okay, I can hear you.
You got it? Okay. Can you explain to the people what this stuff is? These are my favorite shorts.
So those are tech shorts from like when we first started making shorts. Like those things are old.
I still wear these things. This is
They're
like,
comfy.
Testament to quality.
dude. Okay. So Chris has been a sponsor of mine for way back. In fact, he sponsored me when he was in his he was watching Jeopardy and sewing them at the same time. He was like, he didn't have a shop. He just had, it was like him. They were just like
It's in
sewing.
my garage.
It was garage, and then he sent me this. He sent me the band for the back of my. And I'm telling you, this was like 5 or 6 years ago. I still wear these things. This thing is still amazing. I just love these things. So, all right, brother. So it's your time to shine. Hold on one second. Let me just do this. Tell everybody who you are.
Hi, everybody. My name is Chris Rangel. I am the founder and CFO, CEO of Under Industries, LLC. I've been playing paintball since at least the last 20 years. We started Under with Josh, Reese, Travis, 2007, 2008. And off and on between deployments, we played paintball. We all kind of broke up, and then I think really around 2012, I put a bunch of my retirement money into trying to make Under into a company. In between, doing the goggle straps and headbands that we were doing off and on, and we've just had a really good success over the last several years. We've got a very good ground roots network of individuals who believe in what we're trying to accomplish and follow us. And every year we kind of get a little bit bigger and get more respect in the industry. And at the same time, we do a lot of give backs and try to do our best to remember where we came from and help people out every chance that we get an opportunity to, and always pay it forward is one of our biggest mantras as a company.
Dude, that's cool. All right. Speaking of giveaways, I'll wait till you finish your.
You're good. If I didn't have Modelo, I wouldn't get through a lot of days right now. It's stressful.
So let's give away something too. But now, this is going to be up to you. I've been saying that we should give away to the people in your group. If you want to give something out to the outsiders as well, that's up to you.
It's up to you. I don't really. It's all the same. We can do like a jersey giveaway. You can pick them. Like I'll kick that football over to you, so you can pick one of your guests, whoever tuned in, for who gets it. But we'll do one jersey off the website, their choice. And so I'll let you figure out how to disseminate all that good stuff.
Nice. I will do that. Okay, you guys, listen. So you're getting a jersey from the website. That's amazing. Jeff, can you hear us? Jeff. Poor Jeff. Jeff, can you hear us?
I don't think Jeff can hear us.
I don't think Jeff can hear us. Jeff,
No,
can you hear us?
I don't think he can.
We can't hear you.
Nope. Sorry. Try again. Yep.
Go out and come back.
It's like on Xbox. Everybody
right.
can hear you, but you can't hear us.
I got it. Okay, you guys, listen. So yeah, we've got a really cool giveaway to give giveaway, which is from Under. Chris is giving away a jersey, so Chris, would you want them to just contact you and say that you're the winner? They're the winners on.
Yeah. So just beforehand, David let me know, and then they can just send us an email at info@underindustries.com.
Okay.
And then that way we can verify off of you as well as them, and we'll just go from there.
I will do it. I'll take care of it. Okay, my friend, that's cool. Thank you very much, my brother. Don't
take care, guys.
Wait, drink that and turn back into Travis. There you go. Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, Travis right here.
All right. Let me see who we got here. Hopefully, what's his name?
Jeff.
Where we're there, and then we've got that's nice, and then this is from Australia. Broadcast, yeah, operator here in Australia, but yeah, he actually is a park owner in Australia, Hunter Valley Paintball. Okay, so cool. And then John says, "Thanks, Chris, for giving that away. Fantastic." And Scott Morrison, we don't know if you're the winner. We haven't picked anybody yet. So
you know what? I like that. Like he just said, he just jumped right in there.
I'm the winner.
I like
All right,
that.
cool. All right. So listen, where'd he go? Where did you Jeff, get back in here. We want to chat with you. All right, cool. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna throw some pictures up and I want you guys to tell me what they are, okay?
Okay.
This is one of me in Vegas. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, Vegas pictures.
No.
No
Right.
photos.
Ready?
No photos.
That's John, actually. John Saywell, who's been hitting the chat up and we've been talking about. That's him at ICC.
Nice. Okay. For people that don't know what ICC is, it's not an intensive care unit. Right.
The Iron City Classic, Tim Montressor puts that event on every year. It's a mechanical event, a lot of fun. Last year we had 2 lines in for Veteran Militia, and hopefully we'll do the same this year, hoping the event goes. I mean, again, we're all waiting.
Nice.
I'm not sure who that is.
Okay. But they're part of you guys, and it looks like they're playing, and maybe it's a I don't think this is an NXL event because the bunker is about to fall over. So
right.
But he is wearing your jersey and he's playing. So hang on a second. Let's see if we got hey, you got a new haircut.
I got Travis.
Jeff, are you there?
No, I got Josh, and I don't have Reaper now.
Oh, interesting.
This is so good. Like I love technology nowadays. It's like it's almost like I'm dealing with an Army signal systems again because it's working so well. You
can't hear me, right? You can't hear me?
All right, try again. Continue on. Like
no, I can't.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick you out and then kick him back out, and then he can come back in. Works. So come back in, and we'll try it. And we're playing. Guess whose voice it is, right? Okay, cool. All right, this one here. What is this?
Let's see. That's a.
That looks like Christmas.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's an unboxing. I like it.
Cool. And is this Chris's stuff? I mean, this is all the stuff that Chris makes.
So yes, this is all under industry. That jersey actually was our World Cup jerseys last year. We did individual jerseys for each service. Travis, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that Army or is that Air Force?
That's the Navy one.
Is the Navy one? Okay. Yep.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right. And then what is this?
So that is some of our Veteran Militia brothers and sisters. I think they were out playing Mechanical Day, if I remember correctly, when I saw that one. I think they're out at one of the local fields. Don't remember what field off the top of my head. Nice.
So again, it's not just a speedball thing that you guys are involved in. You guys are involved in every aspect of this, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's cool. All right, here we go. Wait. Let's guess which voice he'll hear. Let's see. Here it comes. Ready?
Okay.
Don't say anything. Shh,
wait. Winning.
Hi, Jeff.
Oh, okay. We're just joking with you. Which one can't you hear?
Let's see. I got Reaper.
You got me.
Okay.
Josh, tell me I'm awesome.
You're awesome.
There we go. That's one. And Travis, tell me that you don't drink anything but bourbon because it's not be un-American.
Okay, whatever. Yeah.
Nope, lost Travis. It's okay. I hear Travis all the time.
Can you hear me?
Travis will use flashcards.
I don't get it.
I can run with that.
Anyway.
It's okay. He talks so much anyway.
All right, doesn't matter. Okay, cool. So listen, Jeff, we're basically going through some pictures and you're telling the audience what these are about, who's involved in these. And again, you guys are not just doing tournament stuff. You guys are doing everything basically that has to come with, to do with paintball. So.
Oh, hey, I can smell that picture. It smells like excellence. That road game. A lot of road. The funny thing is we have no spring chickens. Nah, that's a lie. We have some spring chickens inside the tournament guys, but it's a lot of older dudes. So I'm like, you look at this picture right here. There's a bunch of Army guys in there. There's a drill sergeant there. So the guy that's standing center in the right there, that's Sean Growing. He's an old Army all-star buddy of mine. He's a former and retired drill sergeant.
And then
so That's pretty rad.
And then you got Dewey on the left hand side, who was playing X ball and playing 5-man at Vegas, so he was double hatting with us.
Yeah.
He's probably the oldest guy on the team there.
Nice. That's cool. Somebody's trying to come in here. Let's see who it is. Pierce. Anybody know who Pierce is?
Oh, who let that guy in?
Nope, don't know him. Kick him. That's nice.
It looks like his microphone is off. So I don't know if he's just trolling or just hanging out. I don't know what he's doing, but if he wants to come back,
Oh, he made
let's
it.
see.
Oh, it's
Well, here he
fine.
goes. Here he comes. Whoa. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Hey, he shaved the mustache.
Oh,
Oh my God.
I had to go back to
So
work.
excited.
So, hey, Mr. Pierce, tell everybody who you are.
Dwayne Pierce, buddies with the three degenerates, sitting here with Travis, Josh, and Jeff. One of the guys behind the scenes helping to run VM with the NXL platform.
Nice. Very cool. How long have you been playing?
Since I showed up to a birthday party and was like, here's a gun. Here's 500 rounds. Go play.
Wow. Cool. Nice. Have we done the show justice so far, or am I screwing up totally here? Pierce, you've been watching.
Now that Pierce is here, it's.
I
probably
just
gonna
found
go
the
down
link
there.
that Jeff posted.
Forget about that question then. Forget about that question. All right. I'm going to ask it to someone else. Never mind. Anyway, so we've got, let me just do what else we got here. Let me just do this one here.
Oh yeah,
That's one of the
there's
Texas
Justin
lines.
Warnock.
Yeah.
He's one of my Texas.
Bob?
He's one of my Texas players. That's in Oklahoma. And Tim
Fox guy,
Fiedler.
right?
He likes bombing people with White Claws. That's not cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Go ahead.
I was going to say, should we give a shout out to Warnock there? Warnock actually helps a lot of our vets out with their VA claims. He's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
He definitely keeps our guys informed when it comes to benefits when they get out. So shout out to Warnock for his work he's doing with Veteran Militia on that aspect.
Okay, so hang on a second.
yeah.
Let's get this 100%. What's the person's name?
Justin
Justin
Warnock.
Justin Warnock. Okay, Justin Warnock, you got a big shout out. And Pierce, I think we're getting some feedback from your end. Hold on. There you go.
Just
Okay.
pantomime.
All right. These guys.
That's my Texas team. That's our Texas D4 team. So I've been working with those guys this season. Before the season stopped. So that you look at, there's 2 Marines, 3 Army guys, an Air Force guy in there. 2 Air Force guys in there, and then what's it called? Roberto is also a Navy vet as well too. And
Nice.
most of those guys are actually in the Central Texas area, minus one dude from the East Coast. But those are my Texas homies. I'm
Okay.
actually, and the guy on the bottom was I'm the godfather of his daughter.
Wow, dude. Okay, so let me ask you this. They come to they want to join the team. They're on they're doing the NXL kind of thing. Do we have a problem now that he was a master sergeant and you were a grunt and you're telling him what to do? And
Again, wait, no, who's taking it? Who's taking it?
I was going to jump on it because, if you think about it, I was an officer. I don't know the ranks of everybody we have, but I'm probably one of the more senior guys. And it comes to this chain of command, I'm the junior guy. So they tell me what to do.
okay, cool. Is that normal though? Like, again, we're talking to civilians out there when they're watching. Is that kind of normal where like you'll meet somebody on the street or whatever else, and then they'll say, oh, I was a, lieutenant and, whatever, like I was an officer. And is that does that rank or that whatever you had carry over to that, or now you're just like equals? There is no like,
Good leaders know how to follow. So, again, if you know somebody who understands what's going on or is better than you learn from them. So again,
Right.
it's all a leadership thing.
nice, dude. That's amazing. That's really cool. That's really cool to hear. Let me see. John, so good. Eli, what's he want to say? Mad respect for Veteran Militia, active serving. What's the RCA?
Royal Canadian Air Force.
Dude, congratulations on that one, huh? The only difference is face to face. Right. Okay, cool. And cool. All right. So let me jump back over here to this here. What is these? Who are these cool cats?
Oh, that's degenerates right there.
Oh wow.
So what? So let me real quick to do the explanation.
Make
So
that
when we started Veteran Militia, we did
I mean,
10
what's
man.
to say about that squad there?
Right. We did 10 man initially because it gave us the we felt that it helped it allowed us to have the biggest
Travis,
footprint.
that's all you. You played every point that one.
Right. We did 10 man, and so then after a year or two of 10 man, we started doing we wanted to get together a group of guys and play 5 man, and we played 3 5 man, and that became our main our flagship is what we called it, our flagship team, just because we wanted something that allowed us to show what we could do. We've been very successful. We were very lucky. We won the 2018 season. We won the 2018 season title. We won the 2019 season title. We had a D4 team win the 2019 season. We've had a lot of success. And what that success has allowed us to do is get a bigger message out. With that being said, the group as a whole is what really gets the message out. I've been really lucky to play with that line. I've played with all 4 of us have played together in one capacity or another. It's everything. And so as much as that's the main or focus, I don't want to say it is.
Mhm.
It's just given us the ability to put something out there that resonates with some people. And so we've got everything. So we've got the ability for guys to look at something and say, oh, wow, they've got a group of guys that wins all the time. And then they've also got a group of guys over here that like to hang out and, get drunk instead of being competitive. And that's cool too.
That is cool. Do you know who that is on the top right-hand side?
Top right-hand. That one's Dewey. Yeah.
On the right-hand side. Is that
Me?
Ryan?
Which
Is
one's
that
me?
Ryan Sexton? Right next to the R on the right-hand side. Not the guy in the shorts, but the other guy on the right-hand side. I think that's Ryan Sexton. Am I correct?
Wait,
do you know?
You're talking about me?
No, on the pic.
In the headband?
Listen. Okay, yeah, in the headband. All the
I'm
way
in
to
that
the right.
picture.
Huh?
That's Dewey Cox. Yeah,
No.
not Dewey Cox.
That's Dewey.
Fucking.
I think that's Ryan Sexton because he was in the Air Force. And I think that
No, that's Dewey.
That's Stewie. That's the guy I was talking about on
Yes,
the other
Stewie.
picture.
never
Yeah.
mind. You guys
Okay.
win. Listen, I don't know. I need glasses and thank you very much. All right.
I'm in that picture. Oh man,
Well, that's the first one, isn't it,
That's-
Pierce?
that's it.
Yeah,
that's
that's the
the
first
first
one.
one.
That's the
when
10
it
man
started.
when we
Yep.
snuck John in there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Wait, John who?
John Kurzawa.
Last names will not be mentioned.
Oh, oops, I said it.
Okay.
He may or may not have been playing pro that event, and we may or may not have been playing in a division that didn't allow pros to play. Allegedly, these are all
Allegedly?
alleged.
Allegedly
All of these
sandbagging. I don't
allegations-
know. I don't know anything about sandbagging, so I got no idea
Nope.
about that. Do you guys know a guy named his name is John Reeves, PB Fit? No.
John Reed, PB.
He's-
Yo, yes. Yeah, isn't he a Marine?
I don't know. He's actually right now in Okinawa, and he's actually helping out with
Yeah.
the yeah, he's a great guy. He was supposed to join me at the Euro Big Game, and it got canceled and everything. But he's a damn good player too. He's amazing. But he has a thing called PB Fit, where actually teaches people how to get fit for paintball. And
Yeah.
he's-
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he's a Marine. I think I've seen him in social media as I was, as you like certain
Yeah.
stuff.
all right.
Oh,
What do we-
there.
Another one of the Vegas teams.
That's Ryan Broshares, man. That's thank God they're not wearing their White Claw jerseys. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But those guys ended up winning like
3-man.
I think like NHL 3-man. This last
They-
event. I
they
think got a
beat
first,
Wrangel's
or they
team.
got like a podium at least.
Nice. This cool cat has got one of my sponsors' dreads on.
Hey,
Who did this matching color here? This is great. This blue and white color scheme is pretty cool here. And here's another shot of him, I think. You know who this is, or no?
that is
No.
no.
All right, that's okay. Let me do this one.
That's West. That's one of the Core brothers. Yeah, that's this past World Cup.
Dude, that's amazing. Hang on a second. And then somebody just randomly threw these things in. I don't know what this stuff is. I don't know what this stuff keeps on popping up out of nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Chris's stuff. This is Chris's the under stuff. Are these the jerseys he's talking about, or is there a different kind of jersey?
You guys, we've got a bunch of jerseys. We do.
I mean, Travis
starting in 2018, we did a different service jersey for each of the 4 events throughout the year, and then for World Cup, we did a special. We offered each services jersey in a special theme. Along with, throughout the year, somebody will have an idea and they'll kick it over to Wrangle. I'll have an idea. One of us will have an idea, and we'll just create jerseys. So we've got everything from, we've got different services, different regions. We've done Texas, we've done Florida, we've done old school camouflage. We've done a lot of different options. And again, because the start of Veteran Militia allowed us, when we started this, I went to Chris and I said, listen, I need your help. And he's been in, he was me, that's where this started. We've been able to do that. So it's given us that opportunity to go to, and anytime there's something, and, I live right down the street from Chris, so I can just, hey, I have an idea. We're going to do a thing.
Cool.
And we've had support from all over the industry, but the support started with Under Industries.
Very cool. We have another pop-up park owner. This one's out of Texas. Do you know who this is? This is John Tanky owns Tanks Paintball Park in Texas, Richmond, Texas. You guys familiar with that? He's giving away 3 passes, and probably free anyway because of you guys. But anyway, if you guys go hit up John, tell him that you were on my show. You get 3 passes. They're probably the best thing to get in for free anyway. So that's Tanks Paintball in Richmond, Texas. Thank you very much for your support and supporting the veterans. Gentlemen, how you guys feeling? You guys need something to drink? You need to pee? I mean, I don't want to keep you, but I
tell you what, I'm gonna hand it off to Dwayne, and I'm gonna go help pack things at the warehouse along with charge my phone.
Listen,
my
Travis,
phone's gonna
thank
die.
you very, very much again for coming on, and I look forward to seeing you in person.
Absolutely. All right, guys.
Yeah. Bye.
See you, Trav.
Bye.
All right. Where did Travis go? Where did Travis go?
Which is good because I couldn't hear him anyway, so it's fine. I was waiting for Josh to start translating for me.
And then, there's all right, cool. All right, you guys, listen. So we covered a variety of things on the show. The PTSD, the community, that type of thing. Is there anything we left out? Anything you guys can think about that? Again, this show is to shine a spotlight on your team and the amazing stuff you do for our community. And I don't want to leave anything out.
I think again, it's why do we do this and what do we care about? The marketing thing for us, it's real funny too, because between Josh and Dwayne and myself and 2 other guys, we run a lot of the media stuff, and we talk about, you want to talk about the winning stuff, and we won 2 NXL series back to back. We did the miraculous thing. It's one of the things that I can walk away from Veteran Militia and walking into Veteran Militia saying is that we did the impossible thing. And the impossible thing for a veteran is to win a World Cup on NXL on Veterans Day in 2018. That was impossible. It's never been done before. There's not another military team that's won that's done that. Before that, it was 2017 or 2016. Me and Chris Rangel and a couple other Texas veteran guys, we won an event over Memorial Day weekend, which was huge as well too. But you talk about those wins, but that's not the win that we actually care about. The win is just building a relationship and community between veterans. Making guys and gals feel normal in a place where it's like, all right, I'm not the awkward turtle in the room. Me transitioning. So I just retired. Josh is a retiree, and I've done one thing and lived a life for 20 years a very specific way. And me learning now and undoing, I don't want to say undoing knots, but undoing habits and undoing mentalities to transition into the next part and chapter of my life after doing something for 20 years. I feel very comfortable talking within the veteran community with the guys that we've already built relationships for. As I was a guy in and there's a guy that was out, he might have only served maybe 4 years. That person still feels connected into military service, and just as a guy that's still in, to talk to the guy that's been out. He's like, hey man, I miss this, and you talk about that, and now I'm going to be on the other side of the coin, going, I miss this. How do I do this? And there are so many guys that told me, hey Jeff, congratulations on your retirement. Hey, P.S. when you go nuts and you don't know what to do anymore, you get bored and you don't know how to like fit in be the square peg in the square hole anymore, let me know. I'll talk to you through it. So many guys have reached out to me. I'm so thankful for that. Because it's weird. I've literally been out of the Army for a week and a half, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with my time. I don't know, like, what am I supposed to do? And all the guys like, it's normal. That's 100% normal, man. Like, just take a little bit of a break, take a little bit of vacation, and you're gonna ease into it. And just knowing that you go through this panic mode. A lot of guys have said that was normal. I've been there, man. Again, you've got dirt under your fingernails. I've got dirt under my fingernails. I've been in the hole, so I know how to talk to the hole.
Jeff's still in the honeymoon phase of retirement. He doesn't really know what to do with himself right now. So
I just don't want to have long hippie ass hair. I'm actually upset that I can't grow facial hair.
Yeah. So when Jeff talks about wins, I mean, the other thing we're proud of is our wins off the field. Again, we talked a little about how we help our folks. Everything from just to lend an ear to talk to guys saying, "Hey, I need a job. Does anybody know of anything?" Or we've got guys on our site that say, "Hey, I'm looking to hire. Who's in this area? Who wants a job?" So again, I mean, it's the wins, I think, off the field as well that help us with our mission and really, just reinforce what it means to be a community and means to be a band of brothers and sisters. So
nice, dude. Listen, this is Nathan. He's I think he's 11 or 12. I think maybe he plays in Hollywood sports, and he looks up to you guys. So thanks. He's a speedball player actually, and his name is Snake. And he actually kills it. He was on our kids show.
And he's probably going to beat that snot of all of us because he's small and fast and young.
Yes, he kills it. So and John is saying for the colors for the nice, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Gentlemen, how you feeling? Everything okay?
Lovely.
Not this guy. Look at this guy. He looks like he's going to rob a bank. Look at this guy. He's like.
I think he's missing his mustache. What it is?
That's Dwayne's resting face.
It is. It is. That's his very normal face.
I'm still active duty here, going to work.
Scary.
It's so. I'm so glad I can't hear him right now to defend himself.
All right. So you guys, listen. Where would a vet or an active service guy that doesn't know about you find you guys?
So we run 3 forms of media right now. We're running a Facebook fan page where we just kind of post up and like all the feel good stuff. We have a Veteran Militia internal private group where we just, you just talk and things happen. And but honestly, it's a good place for us to disseminate information as fast as possible. On top of that, what we've done is in the Facebook groups, we've actually kind of identified separate states and areas. So I run Veteran Militia Texas, so that way for the Texas guys specifically, so things get disseminated accordingly and not lost. So the way if there's a Texas event going on, if there's a guy specifically that needs help in Texas, we can identify that specifically. Okay. And then we're also on Instagram, Veteran Militia PB, and those are where we get the cool awesome hashtags and stuff. So I mean,
okay, cool. I like it.
And any of those forms of media where you send us a message, or if you look up, or if you run into Josh Wan on social media, or Dwayne Pierce, or myself, Jeff Munoz, and you send us a message, which we get all the time, we're like, hey man, gotcha. We're gonna point you in the right direction and get you into the community. It's super fast and easy.
I like it. Amazing. Well, thank you. Josh, what do you got? Any closing statements?
The only thing I'd say is the other thing we do is we try to find people when we go to fields. Whenever we go to a field, we try to identify vets. We make sure they know about Veteran Militia, see where they're coming from, and try to get them pulled into the community. Okay. Cool. Pierce, are you still constipated? What's wrong with you, man? What is your face?
Nah.
Poor guy.
I'm just a guy that's
with your face, man. There you go. See, I knew you could smile.
The problem with Pierce is he's the only one still on active duty, and he's really bitter about it. So
yeah, how's work treating you, man?
Oh, it's so great.
When are you
going to work?
When are you?
Good time to be in the military right now.
When is your parole up? I mean, sorry. When are you getting out? I'm sorry.
2026.
Holy shit, dude! How long have you been
Yeah.
in?
14.
Oh, dude, you're making a career out of this, right? You're
Same
gonna
thing
you're
as
gonna
Jeff and
Sucker.
Josh.
It's actually
you're gonna go for the gold Mustang. Yes,
Trying.
exactly. All right, cool. All right, listen, Pierce, we didn't. Where are you serving?
I'm currently stationed in Virginia Beach at Marine Corps Security Cooperation Group, part of the
Nice.
EOD team there.
Very cool. So you guys listen, to all you vets or active service or vets out there, again, I've got a page called Thank You for Your Service. If you want to PM me and with your picture and your MOS, we'll pop it up in our album. We're going to be actually doing a show coming up called Thank You for Your Service. We're going to have a lot of vets on talking about whatever they want to talk about. And again, my job, my goal, my mission by doing this show and the other ones is to spotlight you guys. Excuse me, to shine a light on people that probably, they don't get the accolades sometimes. And I'm trying to, I know that sometimes people are like, I don't want to, whatever. No, I want to say thank you guys very much. Paintballers, when you guys see these guys out there, thank them for their service. Don't treat them any differently. Just say thank you for your service and hanging out and shoot them or whatever you want to do. But I'm just saying that that's what my goal is. My goal is to, I did it with the refs. I did it with the autism community. I'm doing it with the kids. That's my goal, is to point out people in our community and give them a spotlight, give them a platform, a vehicle, and say, hey, you know what? Let's find out about you guys. So I hope we did a good job and hope we did you guys justice.
Inadvertently, I think that, the thank you for your services as a service member, always, sometimes it feels kind of weird. And I think on behalf of Veteran Militia and veterans everywhere, I think the biggest thing we want to say is thank you for the support. Guys and gals do the hardest things in austere places, in austere ways. And, without knowing, I think so I used to work on a general staff. I've actually been working on a general staff for the past couple of years, and I've got to hear the greatest leaders speak in this country. And one of the greatest things I've ever heard from a leader, it was the old Army adage that, the strength of our Army is our service members, and the strength of our service members are our families. And when you ask a service member to go do something in a hard place, we're doing it because we have families that we love and care about, that are thinking about us. So, nothing can ever be done without the support of a community, a family, and a country. So thank you everyone for your support as we do. As guys continue to serve, like Pierce, Sucker, and everyone else that's out there. I survived 20 years knowing that there's a bigger picture. And if we're thanking veteran to veteran, veterans are doing things that are almost kind of thankless. And it's okay to know that. It's again, the best veterans that we've ever served with, it's always about the bigger picture and being a part of that in the community where you could still say, hey man, I was there. There's guys that I've ran into in the sport and in the veteran militia. I'm like, you were in Baghdad, and this time I was in Baghdad this time. You're in Tikrit, you're there during the siege. Wow. I was there during the siege. Wow. It's a good feeling to know. It's like, man, like I was literally like down the block from me, like, oh hey, that gunfight. I know who was in that gunfight because on the other side of the gunfight. So it really is a small world. In the world, and when you talk about paintball and then veterans in it again, the world gets smaller and everyone gets a lot closer. And you build that connection. It's priceless. It really is.
Wow, man. All right, you guys. So we pretty much covered a lot of the bases. And all right. So listen, you guys hang out in the green room. Don't disconnect right now. I'm just going to say goodbye to everybody, and I'm going to play my. Oops, I slipped. Oh, what did I do? Oh my God, I'm slipping. Oh, I'm just joking. That's another plug for Chris. So I want to thank Mattis from Michigan, from Oakland Paintball Park, for giving out passes to the vets. That's fantastic. I want to thank John Tank from Richmond Paintball Park for giving out passes to the vets, and I want to thank Chris Rangel for also the jersey. Somebody's going to get a really cool jersey from under, and thank you very much for that. Thank you guys for watching the show. Thanks for the vets. If you are a vet and you are interested in or a vet or an active service and interested in finding about these guys, look it up. I'm sure you're gonna be able to find them. And excuse me. And that's it. So I'm gonna play my outgoing video. You guys hang out in the green room. Don't eat all the snacks though. Just hang out for 1 second, and I'll see you in a second.